about where you are, and building from your strengths. It's such an important part of our own development. And I really like to normalize the red, yellow, and green, as I mentioned. Sometimes that feels hard for teachers. Data feels hard when they see that kids are in the red in certain skills. They get upset about that. And I've had teachers say, well, can you change the color? Or different things. They don't want their kids to be labeled, and that's a very noble, caring thing. And at the same time, what I like to tell them, so this is a training tidbit that I always like to use, the only label that we really need to be concerned about is the label of a struggling reader. Because when we have kids come into kindergarten without those foundational skills, they haven't gotten the explicit instruction that they need or the support. And then some of them go in, well, actually 60% of them go into kindergarten and continue to not get that explicit instruction. They're labeled as a struggling reader. And after multiple years of being labeled as a struggling reader, a lot of these kids get labeled as special education. And all you have to do is look at our person population. There are a whole bunch of kids in this country who never learned to read. They had other challenges maybe as well, maybe not. But they never got the support they needed. And their futures were greatly impacted. And all they needed was, for some of them, was explicit instruction in early literacy.
So I think something that we've found in our agency to help with that is to talk about it as layers of support.
Yeah.
So like the layers of red are going to make it more intensive support.
Totally.
So it's not about kids.
Right.
It's about the supports that they get. So you can kind of reframe that a little bit and keep that in mind. Like it's just the supports that they're getting. It's not about the kids.
Absolutely, Brianna. I with my teachers, I'm like, all those colors represent our strategies and skills.
Right. The levels of support.
Totally.
Yeah, and to kind of go with that, it's like when you think about red, when you think about RTI, red, it's like smaller groups, more times a week.
Yeah.
Then, yellow, it's like the group gets a little bit larger, and it's not, maybe it's only 2 times a week, or 3 times a week. And then green, those kids are where they need to be. Right. So you just, it's a check-in with them.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's all about meeting with those kids and really knowing where those kids are to move on to the next level. It's not drilling kill all the kids, right? It's really figuring out what kids need and, meeting those needs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like when we talked yesterday about the sign-in intervention, we wouldn't necessarily need to do it with everyone, right? It just kind of depends on what the skills and strategies are that kids are fluent in, and that indicates what kids need. So as much as we can normalize that within our own communities and our own agencies, I think is really important. Thank you for sharing that information, that your experience and what you've done, and continue to do that. So here we are in the gradual release process. We're still on the second step. So I will lead a big chunk of session 3 and session 4, and then I'll pause periodically so that you can practice certain pages in groups. And yesterday I had you practicing in pairs. Today I will have you practicing in groups of 4. And I will be adjusting. We're going to count off and get into different group formations, just so you can get to know other people within our cohort. So this is the reformed and adjusted planning slide. So let's see how this goes. We're going to try this out. So in thinking about session 3, one of the pages that I'm going to train you on is page 73 in your manual. So in your trainer manual, let me be clear. So if you could turn to page 73 in your training manual, we'll go through this together. Great. So this is the first page, or one of the first pages of this session, and we are preparing for the learning, okay? So what I'd like you to do In holding to this cycle, I adjusted the questions that I'm thinking about as I'm planning. And the first question I'm asking myself is, what's the knowledge that I'm teaching on this page? Or what is the knowledge that participants have to understand? Luckily, within Seeds, there's an icon for that. Who knows what that icon is? The brain! Yes, yes, you got it too. So, looking at page 73, where is our brain icon? Yeah, the part where it says, children develop their feeling and emotional vocabulary awareness when teachers embed intentional songs such as this one and words such as these into students' real-world experiences and daily routine. So that's what I'm trying to get them to understand. They need to embed the What Is It Bag song and the emotion cards like we saw Melissa do into their schedules. Now, then the next question is, I've identified what the knowledge is. Now, how will I model? Not every page has a model. Not every page needs a model. But I'm going to look and see on this page, one, if there is something I need to model, and two, what that is. So, if we look at page 73, what is something that I might be modeling on that page? Yeah, the What Is It gag. Using the emotion, the feeling faces, the feeling cards. So that's my model. And then my third question is, how will they practice, or how will I check for understanding? On this page, page 73, how am I checking for understanding, or how are they practicing? Yeah, yes, Darcy pointed out the question marks. That's where I'm checking for understanding. And I'm just going to pick one of those, for the sake of time. I'm going to pick the second one. And then the fourth question is, do you need to add any knowledge, model, or practice? For this particular page, I don't think I need to add any knowledge. I don't think I need to add another model, but it might be helpful to practice. So do you see on the bottom of page 73 where it has a star? The star represents an anticipatory set, so it's like how we get their brains primed for learning. I actually think I'm going to change that to a practice so that I'm not doing it twice. You notice how I start the page with the song and I end the page with the song? At the bottom, I'm going to have them do the song instead of me, and that will be their practice. Okay? And then as I'm facilitating that page, what part of the Seeds balance do I want to practice? I want to practice develop through doing, having them practice so that they have ample time to do so, because that came out of the feedback yesterday. Okay? So that's my planning process for this particular page, and it's a similar planning process that we'll go through when it's your turn to train. Are there any clarifying questions or probing questions about this? Does it seem a little bit clearer than yesterday? Not sure? Still on the fence. Okay, good feedback. Good feedback. Good, taking that in. Okay, we'll try it a couple more times, and then if you have feedback for me, we can adjust, because I want to make sure that it's clear and helpful for you. So, now I'm going to put on my teacher hat and start with session 3. Get some materials ready. So I've got my session out. What I've done is highlighted my session again, just to show you the things that I want to make sure that I say.